For minors. Do we love minors? I love minors.
48 minutes of dogs barking. 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 Growl. Growl. 48 minutes of dogs barking. 48 minutes of dogs barking.
Man, my throat was hurting. Had me feeling like the white Charlie Kirk. Just
the Armenian Rick Ross. Yeah,
the Armenian Rick Ross. Like a guy who drives a Lexus. I don't know. Anyways, Ookie Mouth, guys. Once again,
it's all that swap and spit we do after the mics go off.
It's really unbecoming.
You really got to stop.
And your wife is like, boys, you got to stop doing that.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, it's fun.
It doesn't mean anything. It's just fun. Come on.
It's fun.
It's just bro time.
Just bros being guys.
Yeah.
No, I just was rough as shit. And you said, I think in our last episode that we both sound like we were...
Yeah, we were both doing like this. The Christian Bale Batman. Yeah. Or it's the Alex Jones, I'm human and I'm coming.
In bed with a goblin.
There's no video of the president sucking a ding dong.
There's no video. Eat my ass.
Hillary smells like a demon. Yeah.
Get in bed with a goblin.
we sounded rough, was the point. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was at the Foxing show. I was kind of miserable. We'll talk about it on the. I guess we're going to talk about it later. I think
we'll talk about it a little bit. Yep.
But just like this phenomenal show, I'm also just like struggling to breathe. It was like one of those things where I was like, is this brought on by stress? And then like, yeah, probably. And then...
But then also you heard I got it and you're like, oh, maybe it wasn't.
Yeah. And then other people who I hadn't really seen were also dealing with it.
Yeah, it's been making the rounds, so it's really hard to say where. But man, like apparently it's actually a thing. It's like EV86 or something. Like it's a legit phenomenon.
It's a tough place to be in the American Midwest.
Yep, a lot of physical creatures.
A lot of physical viruses crawling around, getting in your sinuses and lungs and your capillaries and doing whatnot. What they do. Replicating and sending their DNA into your cell blockage.
They call it mitochondria.
Mitochondria, folks. They start replicating, and your body is trying to make antibodies, but sometimes they're not so good because because it's from China. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, regardless, we're back.
After I just incredibly... Yeah, you can tell it's been a minute in the riffage.
A little rusty. We'll work it out.
We're doing our Classico best of episode, but first we're going to do a little bit of What's Hot Classic.
Yeah, because, it's been a minute. We shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step to, so we're going to drop in some real fun stuff that we found across the web in the past 2 weeks or so. What a time to be online. This here, the Daily Dot. A TikToker is handing out alcohol and machetes to homeless people. The cops have nothing to say. That's my favorite part of the headline. The cops have nothing to say. A gentleman by the name of Keith Castillo, goes by Wolfie, started publishing dozens of videos showing himself giving 18-inch machetes, miniature bottles of alcohol, and or cigarettes to unhoused people for free. He appears to be mocking efforts to help these folks survive or climb out of homelessness, as each post is captioned the same way, quote, keeping the homeless in the streets. Here's one of the videos. So he puts... a giant stock pot full of bottles of Fireball and loose cigarettes. So he just walks up to him handing out, okay, here you go. Here's a couple of Fireball bottles. Here's some loose cigarettes with the dramatic string music.
Is it any worse than what Mr. Beast is doing?
Not really.
I hope that this guy, after he films this shit, comes back and like, here, I got some sandwiches.
Right.
I don't know if that's happening. That's the hope I'm holding in my heart.
Question is raised: is it wrong to give homeless people alcohol? Well, the machetes part maybe, but not the alcohol part. Because look, someone who's living rough, you give them a little bit of comfort to kind of keep the lights on. I don't think that's the worst thing. Yeah, you're not actually doing anything of substance to help them, so it's kind of a wash, right?
it's a real is drunk driving bad? I don't know. It helps some people get to work.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yes, you can be giving something to someone to help them cope, but also they're probably statistically, going to have some sort of addiction that got them there to begin with. And so maybe this isn't really the best way to go about it. It is genuinely funny, though. That's the problem, is that it is
I think
dark.
Like the
funny.
production is funny because it's mocking the whole the performative element of it's funny, it's dark,
right? It's a tricky one, isn't it?
Yeah, and the streamer did. It's not like he made them homeless or something
But he is taking advantage of them in this way to kind of get a name for himself. I mean, he got his name mentioned on not just ours, but several other shows, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of like what he was probably looking for. And I saw some stuff where he gave some interviews where it didn't seem like that there was a really deep satire, unfortunately. There wasn't like a follow-up of like, this is like edgy outsider art or anything. It's more just kind of like bored teenagers straight out of high school, their first endless summer. So they're just going to fuck around and do whatever.
Yeah, there's a certain nihilism to it for sure.
Yeah, but I guess we're kind of living in nihilistic times. So,
the century of humiliation is upon us. Speaking of humiliation, Kohler, the toilet company, earlier this year, this according to TechCrunch, they launched a smart camera called the Dakota that attaches to your toilet bowl, takes pictures of it, and analyzes the images to advise you on your gut health. Anticipating privacy fears, Kohler said on its website that the Dakota's sensors only see down into the toilet and claimed that all data is secured with, quote, end-to-end encryption. The company's use of the expression end-to-end encryption is, however, wrong, as security researcher Simon Fondry-Tietler pointed out in a blog post last Tuesday, which actually would have been 2 Tuesdays ago, but by reading the privacy policy, it's clear the company is referring to the type of encryption that secures data as it travels over the internet, known as TLS, which is different. You could get your doo-doo pictures hacked, I think.
I don't want anyone seeing my stew.
Yeah, my personal chili is no one else's business.
Absolutely.
Now, the fucked up thing to me is that the Dakota itself costs $600 plus a mandatory subscription of at least $7 a month.
So first of all, I'm very pissed off that someone beat me to market on this idea I've been kicking around for a better part of a decade, I want to say, which is basically a toilet that has a Pyrex wall on one side.
Okay.
And the working model, if I ever had built one, probably you got some attachments from Small Rig or somewhere back there. Basically, you can install a GoPro or similar action camera and make videos of yourself doing your business.
Okay.
And glorious 120 FPS, 4K resolution.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a real market in there. And for me, I'm fascinated with how much my bowel movements make me think that there is no God in heaven.
So how the sausage is made, in a way.
It's just, does it look as bad going out as it does when it's done? Like, is there any beauty to this despicable act that I commit?
I'm with it. I can see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a simple man.
Sure.
One of the first shock YouTube videos I ever saw before moderation was really heavy was something that Pedrin, aka Fart, posted on the Something Awful forums.
Oh, John.
Which was a Hispanic man somehow got a camera on the inside of his toilet bowl and just filmed himself taking like a really loose shit. Very much so that era of like going on Twitter and finding like horny old dudes replying to like porn bots and shit.
Yeah. The idea actually made its way to Adult Swim via the infomercials. They had these infomercials, the fake ones they would do in the middle of the night. And it was a 11-minute short called Smart Pipe. But this one has a decidedly weird twist to it. So it's like, it's a new startup changing the toilet industry. But it also takes pictures of your butthole to track who's doing the pooping.
Amazing.
And like the butthole has been stored on these servers. then they go really, really deep into getting defensive about pedophiles getting a hold of your children's butthole pictures. And it goes into a really strange direction. If you haven't seen it, it's worth watching. I believe HBO Max has it on the infomercials shorts, but also it's on YouTube. Truly awful. There's a hashtag associated. Hashtag it's my anus. Fred Melamed shows up, who I love. Really ridiculous. Anyway, yes, Smart Pipe is now real, and it's leaking your data, so that's fun.
The fecal frontier.
Yeah, is
Kind
here.
of update our antiquated and ancient child pornography laws. Just
Well, speaking of companies and products and bad decisions, I'll talk about this in a little bit, perhaps in the Thanks I Hate It. It's a new show. It's not part of the best of, but it definitely is up there. Pluribus is a show that people are talking about. And one of the things that's happening is some smart fridges are advertising the Apple TV Plus show in a very odd way. So the basic plot of the show is that there's this woman, Carol, and there's a kind of an invasion of the body snatchers type of thing. And there's a hive mind that's trying to apologize. And so it's doing so by saying, "We're sorry we upset you, Carol." Well, unfortunately, a woman named Carol thought she was having a psychotic episode because of the ad that came up on her fridge. According to this user on Reddit, user FunBlueberry2147 explained their sister Carol has schizophrenia. She voluntarily admitted herself after believing messages were coming through her refrigerator screen. Doctors kept her for 2 days, modified her meds, let her get home. The OP wrote, "I finally got her back home. When I was scrolling on Facebook today, I saw an advert on a smart fridge which stated the words, 'We're sorry we upset you, Carol.' And it was ominous. Turns out it was an ad for the show. After sending Carol a screenshot, the two confirmed it matched what she encountered before her hospitalization. Eerie personal ads running on smart fridges sent this woman, who was very concerned about her own mental health, to seek professional help. Now, I'm glad she did. I'm glad it did not actually trigger an episode or anything like that. So kudos to Carol for taking control of the situation, but it should never have happened in the first place. Got to be straight with you. A TV ad on your fridge will make you question your sanity. Welcome to the 2020s, y'all.
yes, Queen.
Yes. Everyone get Reese Rehorn that damn Golden Globe already, or that Emmy, or whatever we're after.
Something.
Reaction in the subreddit, which was our legal advice. It was a UK user as well. So, some suggested hitting up the UK's Advertising Standards Authority. Several others said, yeah, it's legal, but boy, imagine having that happen to you. It's tragic.
And because it was British, the doctors were like, I can't believe trans people are letting this happen. This
Right. Who is this Carol woman, big quote, and they're doing the air quotes. Terrible.
I also just think like ads on like a smart fridge is dystopian.
Yeah. Why do we need a smart fridge? Let's start there, right? Because it's a fucking refrigerator. What is that? My fridge in the house, they're like, oh, you should do the app. I'm not doing a fucking app for a fridge. It's open or it's not.
Do you remember when I haven't stepped in a Walgreens in a long time, but remember when Walgreens had the LCD fucking freezer doors and shit? It was so fucking miserable.
Well, yeah, because they break almost immediately. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, well, I want to see what's in there. You have to now open the door, which defeats the point of having a glass door. Like,
why do we need an because also you could show ads and shit, of course, because it's something that people are looking at. Of
course.
So any flat surface people will look at, it's a missed opportunity if you're not advertising something.
Right.
Something I would love to see on a fridge door at Walgreens.
You've seen these then, I take it, TikToks and Instagram
I've
Reels?
seen screenshots.
Okay. Well, they're even more insane in person and live. This is a series of videos. This one by Light Zone. The headline, judge gives 6,700 years in prison, #prison, #court, #judge. And it is a AI-generated video of a inmate looking straight out of fucking Arkham, reacting to a prison sentence of 6,000 years.
For all charges listed before this court, you are hereby sentenced to 6,900 years in state prison.
Take these straps off and say it again!
So that's the first one I saw. And then there's this one, dark humor _ AI. Their hashtags are meme, funny, joke, crazy, FYP, viral, trending, AI video, AI meme, VO3, Sora 2, 6-7,
6-7,
of course, court, jail, prisoner, huge, big, fat, wait, cops, police, news, dark humor, clip, dead, villain, superhero, prison. And here it is again. And yes, these guys do resemble Bane. And it's all the same script, too. For all charges listed before the court.
Did we ever cover the fake Snap outrage AI videos?
Oh God, no. We talked about it on Thanks I Hate It, but no, I don't think we covered it in a main episode.
It was they were almost all the exact same script. Like, I got it's an African American woman and saying I got 8 kids, 5 baby daddies, and it's the government's responsibility. And it's the taxpayers. That's how you know it was written by a chalky white asshole. You're making the AI say it's the taxpayers' responsibility to take care of my children or whatever.
Yeah, the take these chains off line. December 2nd, ex-user Vox Oculi reposted the 6,700 years reel, captioning it, "Let's give it up to President Trump finally putting these monsters away for thousands of years." Head slap, frowny face, hand clap. 6.1 million views. Community note says, yeah, it's AI generated. Kroger Steroids, which I love the username.
It is a good username.
At Kroger Steroids. Reposted it, 5.2 million views. And then same day, user at Small Unnaturals quote tweeted it, echoing the quote, "Take these chains off and say it again." And it just continues on. Let's see here. At Catholic Claude. Yeah, I'm sure prison abolitionists have a more responsible way of dealing with these people. Thumbs up. There's another one where a guy gets sentenced to 42,500 years. And this one, he looks like Kingpin. Why remove these straps and say it again? That's the part I don't get. What's that going to change?
It's like dumb, tough guy thought of take him off, say that bullshit again.
Oh,
now that I'm loose. See what happens.
Because he's dangerous, man. He's a warning, peaceful man. He's dangerous. I'm
Jungle, fiercely loyal.
At Jungle Warsaw. At this point, I think they should remove the chains just to see what happens. Yeah, here's a few rips on that. There's a Dragon Ball Z one. This post here, I think, it really encapsulates the whole deal. This is from Satan Watch, at Satan Watch. So is this stuff like Elsagate for boomers or something? What exactly is going on? And you're not wrong. Is each time this stuff gets reposted, the guy gets bigger and fatter and more massive? Every time. He's gigantic now. He's these huge proportions. And the one I saw, I got to find this one. It looked like a guy just hanging out at a Skynyrd concert, but he's made massive, and it's 6,700 years of community service. Take these chains off and say it again. And Grok was asked by JC Denton. At Grok, what's the lore behind these men? And Grok responds, this meme series features an exaggerated, likely AI edited, really, depiction of a heavily tattooed inmate inspired by real cases like Utah's Curtis Algier, a violent offender with head tattoos, reacting furiously to absurdly long sentences, 6,700 plus years. It escalates with more guards and more restraints per clip, originating from viral YouTube/TikTok shorts in late 2025. No real 6,700 years sentence exists. It's satire on extreme punishments. No, it's satire on what weird ass boomer people are yeah, lock them up, get them criminals off the street.
Yeah, kill them.
Obama made them do the fentanyl abortions and they're going to get, whatever. I don't know. I'm going to get gay weed abortions. Well, an episode wouldn't be complete without our favorite segment. That's right, it's Crypto Scam of the Week, folks.
You're listening to 48 Minutes of Dogs Barking, the podcast.
And now it's time for the Crypto Scam of the Week.
Technically, this is Crypto Scam of last week, but hey, who's counting?
Not me.
Our good friend Molly White over at Web3isgoinggreat.com gives us this story. Binance employee suspended after launching a token and promoting it with company accounts. Binance has announced that the company has suspended an employee who used the platform's official Twitter accounts to promote a meme coin they had launched. The token, called Year of the Yellow Fruit pumped in price after official Binance counts coaxed followers to, quote, harvest abundantly. Binance publicly acknowledged that an employee had been suspended for misconduct over the incident. Quote, these actions constitute abuse of their position for personal gain and violate our policies and code of professional conduct. Binance actually has those? That's my question.
Yeah.
They have those?
Yeah.
That's weird. Binance tweeted from its Binance Futures account, after this announcement, the meme coin token price spiked even further. This is not the first time, Molly White notes. Earlier this year, Binance fired another employee because they had used inside information to profit from a token sale event. The block gives us the full story. Yes, the Year of the Yellow Fruit. Do you know what that is? Year of the Yellow Fruit?
I don't know. I remember reading something about this, but there might have been some explanation, but I think it might be like also a cultural thing native to like Southeast Asia or something that Westerners may not comprehend. We don't have the cultural context.
Let's see. Deck Screener, says it was created at 5:30 UTC and followed by an immediate pump. A trading pair with wrapped BNB reached a high of about 0.0038 cents after an hour after it was listed and promoted. Token rallied after the post to 0.0061 cents. The token, which has a fully diluted market cap of $1.9 million, has seen $13 million in trading volume, including a $6.4 million in buy volume and $6.6 million in sell volume. BSC scan counts 3,658 holders. Here we go. The Year of the Yellow Fruit token name appears to be a reference to an early post made by a Binance account in December 4th. Quoting Raoul Paul at Binance Blockchain Week, according to screenshots shared on Twitter, official Binance channels encourage traders to, quote, plant wisely and harvest abundantly, while again referring to yellow fruit. Binance did note that it will split a $100,000 reward with 5 whistleblowers who reported the suspicious trading activity via its official whistleblower channel. So how much you want to bet those whistleblowers are also loaded up on?
Folks, it's like the AI scam. We're just shuffling the money around.
Yeah, where's those 6 million
GPUs?
GPUs?
Selling the chocolate bar back and forth.
No, exactly. It's those 6 million GPUs. Where are they? I don't know. Are they plugged in? I don't know. What does this say? About crypto as an ecosystem? That this is just like, yep, this happens.
Yeah, it's just whatever.
$100,000. That's like chump change. They're just like, yeah, here you go, guys. Split among 5 people.
Split them up. 20,000 a piece.
$20,000 is a pretty solid chunk of change. I will not lie. It's still so strange to me. Like this is still happening. We're 3 years into doing this show, and I've been following crypto scams before then, and like it's no slowing down. Right, crime's legal, and crime season. We're hitting it all. I don't know. My thing is, what's my prediction for next year? Right, what's next? And I think fully automated AI scams as a service are going to be popping off. I think we've got a little bit going last year, but man, I think we're going to hit it. I think it's finally going to be completely headless. It's just going to be crypto scam bots trading between each other. And no one's going to know if there's ever going to be a person involved.
We finally done it. We no longer have to sit and watch charts. We can now then lose money. Now we can flip burger and let our AI bots lose money for us. Our AI agents.
It's beautiful.
It's truly. I don't know if you saw this. There's a news article go around that AI data centers are like threatening to like chokehold the like energy grid for the state of Illinois.
That is the word on the street. Yeah, that's so strange to me. I kind of want Illinois to call their bluff a bit, but I also am like, that's kind of fucked up, actually. We shouldn't do this. So I'm 50-50 on it because they are going to require more energy when those 6 million GPUs actually like get plugged in, but is it ever actually going to happen? I don't know. Well, folks who have been listening for free, you haven't heard the Breathmint in a while, and it's time. This is our best of 2025, Breathmint style. Let's hit it.
It's time for your mom's favorite part of the show. It's time for the Breathmint.
That's right. Brian, it's been a hell of a year for things that we enjoy watching and reading and doing. I have prepared a list, and I know you've got a few things in mind as well. Where did you want to start? We've got a lot
Start
of...
with video games.
Start video games. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's not going to be any surprises on my list. If you know me, if you listen to the show for any length of time, you know that these things are directly up my proverbial alley. So for me, we're going to go from the bottom to the top. We're going Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza, a bite-sized version of a Yakuza Like a Dragon game featuring everyone's favorite, the Mad Dog of Shimano, Goro Majima, and a standalone adventure where he's a friggin' pirate. It's what else is there to say? It's got all the stuff in Hawaii that we liked in the last game, which was Infinite Wealth, which was one of my top 3 last year. We're not doing turn-based anymore. It's more straightforward, old-school Yakuza style, but you're also doing pirate shit. Not really a surprise there that would be a hit for me. Plus, it's a shorter game. We like a shorter game because the rest of the games on my list are a lot longer. Starting with my second, which would be Clair Obscur Expedition 33. This won like all the awards, so it should come as no surprise that I was also enamored by it. It hits all the right bits for me. It's French.
Yeah.
It's aggressively French. The music slaps. It's got a good art style. It's also a JRPG, but it also has parrying and dodge mechanics. But it's also just the story's good and the acting's great. And there's just a lot of elements that hit right off the bat. The whole experience was just such a joy. And I gladly spent, 60 plus hours with the game. It had a lot of good stuff for me. I dug my teeth right into that. Played a bunch of the post game. I think there's maybe one boss I didn't beat. But boy, it's a greatest hits package, right? A lot of these things that were kind of simmering in the background of RPGs and adventure games and just fun stuff. It's fun to me. There's a whole thing where you fight these mimes, and you just got to parry the mimes correctly, and you get outfits. There's no real reason to do that aside from just doing it because it's fun.
It's fun, yeah.
So that's what I did. It's a rare one, right? You don't see a game that looks this good, that plays this well, that has all the little bits come along very often, and from a small-ish team of former Ubisoft employees. It's really given the big middle finger to the AAA folks. So that's just icing on the cake for me. And my number one this year, no contest, Hollow Knight Silksong. Sorry, folks. You give me a tense and fascinating action platformer with your Dark Soulsy, your action RPG elements. You got your art style that's great. Again, a lot of the same things I liked about Expedition, right? Art style, music, the story was good. The combat was fun. It made for a very addictive package. I kept coming back to it. I think I spent a grand total of like 80 hours with this one. I explored everything. I got all the items that did the thing. The Metroid Collectathon style with a hip can of paint thrown on it. There's just so much to enjoy there. It's got a lot of personality, a lot of heart. Small team. Again, giving it to the man with the double barrels. Ba-bam. Check this out. Oh, you thought we were a one-hit wonder? We're going to come out and do better.
My understanding mechanically, it's very different than the first game. Mm-hmm. And so they're showing that, hey, we can have like because it's like technically in the same universe, right?
It is, yeah. It takes place after Hollow Knight.
Sure.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like doing like the Shovel Knight thing where it's like, okay, well, check this out. We can,
yeah, exactly.
We can flip this on its side so many different times and still crush it.
And crush it they did, man. I think some of the end game fights are some of the most fun I've had playing a 2D platformer in forever. There's just so much movement, and you get into this kind of flow state, and it's just, to me, I think it's one of those experiences where you're like, damn, this is what video games are supposed to do. This is the stuff, right? This is the shit. This is the shit. Real trap shit.
Real trap. Where'd you find this?
Yeah, exactly. It's that same. Yeah.
Certified fresh.
Fucking bangers.
Another hood classic.
Mike Will made it. Yeah. Brilliant stuff. How about you, homie?
Oh man, I gotta say, all three of those games are on my list. Hopefully, I'll get to them one day.
Right on.
This year, I didn't really play a ton that was new. A lot of my video game time was going through all of the Resident Evil games, the remakes with a friend. So, replaying Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3. But as far as playing new stuff, pretty limited. Final Fantasy 7, what's the second one called?
Rebirth.
I got a little bit past Junon. I kind of lost interest.
Yeah.
And Silent Hill F.
Hey, now that's no joke. Yes.
I find it to be a game with a really interesting story and really beautiful aesthetic. And I think it says some really interesting things about post-World War II Japan. Mm-hmm. However, the combat is like, what if you were playing like the worst version of Dark Souls combat?
Oh, no.
With weapons that have degradation.
Oh, boy.
Slogging through it, I'm trying my best. I would say, though, a game that I've really gotten a lot of enjoyment out of has been Ball X Pit. I think that it's a great game for if you want to fucking just veg out for an hour, or you just want to play a couple rounds. And the fact that it has like a limited but satisfying city building mechanic, and some pretty good difficulty modifiers, I've found it to be just like a great game overall. It's a game where you wish there was more in a positive way, where I'm like, oh, I don't feel like I'm being limited, or that like, oh, it didn't hit the mark. It hit the mark, but I'm like, what's next? Is there like I hope they do like a Balatro update where here's a little something for being so swell, guys. Yeah,
because like the current post game is just, hey, play the original levels again,
but harder and faster, which are still fun.
Yeah,
which is a testament to the formula and the mechanics. A fantastic bang for your buck.
Oh, for sure. The value add right there. I mean, along with Silksong's $20, right? And Ball X Pit is half that if you don't hit a sale. So yeah.
Another game I can at least say is in a top position, even though I haven't finished it yet, is the Silent Hill 2 remake on Xbox. Even though I haven't finished it, I have definitely watched, I think a fair enough of like analysis videos and reviews, and have engaged in conversations and listened to podcasts about it, that I can safely say that, like, yeah, this is a really great experience. That's a weird way to say that, like, I haven't finished it yet, but like I have contemplated it, and I've experienced it in other ways other than playing it in a way that feels very satisfying.
Yeah, you've rotated the 3D models of James Sunderland in your mind, and
I like. And it appears to be a very wonderful remake and love letter to the original, and also kind of adding a little bit to the lore in a way that feels meaningful and kind of adds a little bit more depth. It's one of the few instances where there are some significant changes from the original in presentation, other aspects, or the character Eddie has there's some subtle differences in how that character is presented, and people not really complaining. People being like, actually, no, this is a really smart way to modernize this character, or take this weak boss battle and make it actually kind of fun and elaborate on themes and things like that, and generally taking each one of those extrapolations or those liberties to a spot that's really good. To his place that's really good. Okay. So I've found that so far to be really satisfying. It's weird to say like one of my favorite games of the year is something I haven't finished, but
as far as experiences go, though, I mean, you're having a blast with it.
I'm having a great time. I love it.
I think that qualifies.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite games 20-something years ago, and the revisit now, it's really just kind of amazing. And I don't know, it's weird to say that, like, it just feels like a smarter version of the game before, and the original Silent Hill 2 is no fucking slouch.
Right.
I hope that I know they're probably going to remake Silent Hill 1, but I would love to see a remake of Silent Hill 3 with the same attention to detail and the same care.
Definitely. High on my list, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Silent Hill, I mean, obviously Silent Hill 1 I think is great as well. I would love to see that.
Yeah,
But-
because from what I've seen, the attention to detail and some of the new modeling and just some of the keeping with the original style but giving it an update, that's nice. I always like to see that. I'm intrigued by some of the changes in gameplay, so it's definitely on my list to check out. So.
Yeah, I don't hate the combat. I actually like the combat more in Silent Hill F.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. Like playing both of those at the same time.
Say,
like I'm playing Silent Hill F with a friend, and I'm playing Silent Hill 2 Remake with my girlfriend. And going between the combat styles is really jarring because the combat style for Silent Hill 2 is just so much better. And some people complain like, well, it's a little actiony. It's like Resident Evil 4. And I'm like, yes, it is, but it's not much more elaborate than the original combat. It actually feels much more fluid. It's not overly complicated. Yes, there's like, is there a difference between shooting something in the body and shooting it in the limb? Yes, but like it's not super strategic. It's not OP. It's not like shit. A lot of streamers complain. One of the biggest complaints about Silent Hill games is that there's really no way to speedrun them.
They're not made for that, I guess.
Right. Yeah. Like that's like, oh, I love playing this game, but I love showing it and sharing it with people. But there's no, if I want to mix it up and do a speed run, I'm really only shaving up like a half hour. You know? Like,
right. Not a lot of big skips you can do.
it's not like the Resident Evil 2 remake where if you're pretty good, you can finish the game in like less than an hour.
Jesus.
Yeah. And I've gotten close. But,
wow.
But yeah.
So I'm going to run through some books real quick. Brian, you said you didn't really have anything for this section, so I'll try to make it snappy. Number 3 there, Witchcraft for Wayward Girls, Grady Hendrix. Grady Hendrix is an all-timer for me. He's on his way to being maybe not Stephen King, but definitely someone whose output is consistent. If you remember who Grady Hendrix is, he wrote the amazing IKEA-themed zombie/haunting book called Horror Store. This is the new one set in the 60s in a home for wayward girls where they bring the pregnant teens to have their babies and then return home. These girls find that there's a group of witches around, and then they start doing magic, and then the magic backfires, and it's a whole dark and wonderful little story. The second one on my list is Metallic Realms by Lincoln Michel, which is about a guy named Michael Lincoln who becomes the roommate of this group of writers that he befriends, but also kind of becomes a creepy stalker about. And he thinks their sci-fi magnum opus is the greatest thing since sliced bread. And he kind of intertwines himself in their lives. And it's this parable about toxic fandom, but also about being the weird one in this group of friends. It goes places I didn't expect. And I think for a novel that I just kind of picked up on a whim, I was like, oh, what the hell is this? I love when that happens. It's happened a bunch of times this year, and I hope it happens again. I'm at 34 books on the year. Haven't quite hit my 36 yet. With any luck, in the next couple of weeks, I'll have some time off. I have some time to like just sit down and read. My number one, and I know this is going to sound weirdly sycophantic. It's going to sound like I'm giving my boss on a different podcast unearned praise, but it is not unearned. It is Moonflow by Bitter Corella. Bitter Corella also has been a guest on this show before. Bitter Corella's debut full-length novel is a fucking hoot. It's a hoot. It's about a cult that lives in the woods and worships this mushroom goddess, and about this young trans woman who stumbles upon them. And it's it's a ride, man. Memorable characters. Everybody is gross in their own weird way. The story goes places you don't necessarily expect it to. It's a lot of blood and fucking and just all that good stuff wrapped into this one book. And it's a lot about mushrooms too, so it's got a lot of good things going for it. I think Bitter referred to it as a splatterpunk book, and I think that's probably the best description of it. It's got a lot of folk horror in it too, so if you like your Wickermans and your whatnots, you'll probably find yourself at home.
Hell yeah, those all sound great.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say I just didn't have the capacity for reading this year, but I do think
He's not a reader.
I'm actually
I know,
a
I know,
big reader. It's just
I know.
like it's been a year.
It's been a year.
It's been a year for me for 2026. I do want to get back into reading. That is definitely on the list.
Well, I've got a
sure.
list of books to recommend to you.
Thank
But we're
you.
going to talk about the movies. Oh, folks, the movies. The movies were back this year. I've got a few that are maybe surprise hits, maybe not. I don't know. My third film, Superman. I hate to say it.
Oh, it's so much
I feel
fucking
embarrassed by it. But, at the same time, James Gunn is really doing a number on DC. He's got the second season of Peacemaker out there. He's got the trailer hit for Supergirl that looks amazing. He's really spreading his wings and just fucking doing whatever. And he managed to make a Superman movie that wasn't cheesy or excessively corny, because that's the character is that. But the movie itself is a whole nother beast. I liked a lot of the decisions they had. Of course, I'm wearing my Green Lantern hoodie right now because Guy Gardner was it for me in that movie. Probably the best Green Lantern that's ever been on screen. Kudos to you, Nathan Fillion. But also, Superman didn't quip. That was my big thing. All the Guardians of the Galaxy people, they bickered and they quipped and they made little snide remarks. Superman did not. He let that for Guy. Guy Gardner is the quippy one. And that's accurate, right?
Yeah.
That's comics accurate. I loved the lady who played Hawkgirl. I loved the fact that they brought in Metamorpho. This guy really knows his DC history. He's digging deep. He's finding all the cool stuff. And just little bits, right? It's all so fun. It's just a fun movie. And you love to see a fun movie, folks. My second and my first kind of tie together. My second on the year has got to be Yorgos Lanthimos' magnum opus, Begonia. Big fan of that. And Stavi Baby's big-time feature film debut as well.
Whose character is why they're saying it's just a guy being like, so I molested you when we were kids. What's the big deal? like you really gonna be a bitch about it? Come on, man. Like, come on, dude. Let's go get some chicken wings.
I think the phrase he says, like, well, it wasn't even that big a deal, right? Yeah, it gets real weird. But no, Jesse Plemons, I love him. I love Emma Stone.
But he's really coming into it.
I love him. The more and more I see him in, the more stuff, I'm like, yes, fucking eat, man. Let's go. And yeah, Emma Stone, and boy, it's a movie that has its thumb on modern anxieties, even though it's a remake of a movie from almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Boy, it hits, man. Something about it. Something about also just the way it's shot. It's a bunch of medium, right? It's mostly medium shots and close-ups, and so you're really in it. The way it's shot and
It's very intense.
Very, very, very in-your-face movie. And boy, it just clips along. There's no fat on it. To me, there's very few filmmakers doing stuff like this, and it's him. And it's Ari Aster, of course, being my number one. Eddington. Now, there's a movie also very much about modern anxieties.
COVID, small town politics and bickering, and getting what you want in the worst way. And
every one of his paranoid fantasies becomes true, right? And like everything that could possibly,
super soldiers.
literally. The sounds I made when they cut to that shot on the plane of the guys with the fucking like trans rights flags or the trans rights buttons and shit, fucking pumping iron on a plane, getting ready to come to this small town. I was hooting and fucking hollering. The way that whole third act plays out, it's like, yep, this is the movie of the year for me. It's just it's the paranoid style, but it's also funny, which doesn't hurt. Ari Aster's kind of done it all now. I think, wow, where else is he going, man? I'm curious. I want to see it. I'm hyped. It's very much of a time too.
I really loved Eddington. Are you passing?
Oh, please do. Yeah,
I'm going to say Eddington, probably my favorite of the year.
Yeah,
it's hard to say, but I love Ari Aster so much. There's so many great performances, big and small, in that movie. There's just the fact that he can be just so incredibly fucking funny.
Yeah.
And get these amazing comedic moments out of something that's so dark and
It
weird.
shouldn't be funny. It should not get a laugh out of me when Emma Stone leaves with the cult leader, but it fucking did.
It's so fucking... It's just so ridiculous.
It's a grim laugh. I understand that. It's gallows humor, but it's still fucking funny.
And he's stuck with the fucking paranoid mother-in-law. And
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
But it turns out, because it's been a minute since I've watched it, but does it turn out that she's not really the big piece of shit
Yeah.
that she's projected to be? That she's actually like a little bit more with it?
Yeah. Yeah. Which is like, oh, what? There's a lot of that happening in the film.
Just a lot of subverting expectations, and then kind of also remember, like, hey, remember how we were all fucking collectively losing our shit in 2020 and 2021?
Yeah, very much.
Just absurd, absolutely absurd shit.
Which is what makes it funny, because, boy, you get to laugh at yourself a little bit. It's like, oh, was I really, like, spraying Clorox on my groceries? I guess maybe I was. I don't know. But it's still raw, but it's also like, yeah, we were stupid, weren't we?
Yeah, we just were doing the best we could.
We're grasping at straws. We didn't know.
I remember the stories of like rich people having a room specifically for like their Amazon packages to disinfect and shit. Like just this fucking, among so many other things, the hydrocortisone, the fucking the fish tank shit.
Oh, hydroxychloroquine or whatever it's called. Yeah.
And
ivermectin, the horse dewormer.
Yeah. America's frontline doctors. They were all just conspiracy wackos. The one that
or actors. Yeah.
The one like little short lady that was like talking, that like apparently was like saying that certain diseases are caused by like having sex with a succubus in your dreams.
Yes.
Which, the fucking My Pillow guy having like the cyber symposium.
Oh yeah, because who's going to prove that 2020 was a election fraud?
Yeah, election fraud and the pandemic, and like none of that shit's really even in that movie, but would have fit.
It's this cultural osmosis. It's just kind of around. It's a miasma. You can feel it happening in the background because you were there, right? I don't think maybe in 10 years the movie's going to hit the same. I don't know. It's hard to say. Maybe it will, because it's well crafted and it's well done. But yeah, it's definitely of a time, right? I don't know that I can recommend it to people. That's the other thing. It's definitely a movie for me.
But I'm going to say also, I'm going to put Superman on there as well.
Awesome.
It just hits the right notes. It's got the weird retro futurism. I don't know how it fucking fits with Peacemaker Season 2. They really shoehorn that in, but they feel aesthetically and tonally so different.
Yeah.
But, fucking whatever. Maybe I'll be surprised.
Yeah.
And if you've watched Peacemaker Season 2, maybe that doesn't matter.
Kind of, yeah. It's one of those things where like, well, yeah.
But the sense of humor, the aesthetic, the pacing, the characterizations, it's the most likable Clark Kent / Superman. It feels like there's a good enough amount of fan service without being heavy-handed.
Right.
And yeah, Guy Gardner's great. The Justice
Gang, the Justice Gang. Yeah.
The
Hawk
Justice
Girl and Mr. Terrific, and yeah, every one of them. I love elevating like a B or a C tier hero to somebody who gets their own action sequence, which was great. Mr. Terrific protecting Lois in that scene there.
I mean, it's just a great performance.
Oh God, yeah,
and great characterization there of just guy that's kind of above it, but kind of also like yes, you're elevate. You think you're intellectually and maybe spiritually and ethically above these yahoos that you have to hang out with, but like maybe in some respects you aren't that much better.
No,
right?
And I think that's something that Gunn excels at. He likes to have these people with these inflated egos and then just like poke them. Yeah.
I really liked Superman, and I was like trying to think, like, does Nosferatu count? Did that come out?
Technically December 25th of last year, but you know what? I'm counting it. It's a dope-ass movie. Eggers does the thing. So, yeah, man, let's go for it.
I mean, it's technically been a year.
Yeah.
It's within
20. Yeah, it's within 20. Yeah, it's within 365, so I'm counting it. Fuck it. We ball.
Fuck it. Yeah, fuck it, we ball. I loved it. I thought it was so much fun. It was weird. And someone that never saw the original Nosferatu and didn't realize it was basically a plagiarism of Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah, they couldn't get the rights.
Yeah. But in the ways it's similar, in the way that's it's different. Skarsgård as Nosferatu is so good.
Mm-hmm.
The special effects are amazing.
I like the way that Eggers makes a painting. Because, like, you could have sat there and, like, just taken screenshots of a bunch of stills from that movie and been like, this is my desktop backgrounds for, like, a decade.
Yeah.
It's just, there's so much just art on the screen. There, color choices and framing, and just the dude's got an eye, and he's able to do these shots that might seem simple, but man, they really hit.
Yeah, he's such a functional director, which sounds like
I know it sounds bad.
For all of his artistry, there's just such a workmanship.
Yes.
Even though he got the wrong fucking bird call.
You know what? I'm letting that one slide. I don't care.
But this is a guy when he filmed the Witch, that he was very specific in where he filmed it because it needed to be the right kind of trees.
Yeah. Yeah.
And things like that. So
a rare miss.
I can't believe we did it. It's his real Noam Chomsky hanging out with Epstein type moment. Like, folks, your favorites are going to disappoint you. What can I say?
David Eggers now a problematic fave because of the bird sound. Really, we're going there.
He's got the wrong bird.
How dare you?
How
David?
dare you? But Nosferatu. And I'll put in a couple honorable mentions.
Sure.
Mickey 17.
Okay.
Feels like a misstep. But there is so much heart and there's such a great rhythm to it, and Robert Pattinson's performance is top notch. The guy that plays the Hulk.
Which you got
the Marvel Hulk.
Oh, the Marvel Hulk. That is Ruffalo, Mark Ruffalo.
Yes, and Mark Ruffalo as like this weird chintzy Donald Trump like dipshit. My dad owns a dealership type guy is amazing.
Yeah. Between Poor Things and this, he's really on a tear of just like, here's some really weird guy.
Here's a really weird guy. Yeah, and Poor Things, he was really doing like just like what if he had like a really empty headed, perverted Paul F. Tompkins.
You're not wrong.
And yeah, I don't know if I don't know if it really is going to hold up like some of Bong's other works, but
I watched Snowpiercer again recently, and I was like, this hits. Yeah,
Snowpiercer's still great. But yeah, Mickey 17 is fun, and I think it might surprise you with this because you probably would think like, oh, is he going to say The Long Walk? Yeah, Long Walk deserves a mention. Sure. But something that really surprised me, though as far as the critics and how people were saying or how people were discussing it after its release, I was surprised I enjoyed Fantastic Four.
Okay. I still haven't seen it.
It does the weird retro futuristic campy like golden comics era stuff really well. I'm not going to say it's a great story because it isn't, but it hits all the right notes. The Silver Surfer, Galacticus, it's all just enough. It's fresh. It feels fresh. It's the only time I think the Fantastic Four I've ever seen outside of the comic books that didn't fucking annoy the fuck out of me.
Okay, that's something.
Like these are actually like really like great characters with fun character. Like then the dialogue's not too terrible.
Yeah,
the stakes are right, but not like everything just has like for a movie about like the world's smartest man who can also stretch with his knocked up wife who can turn invisible, their shitty brother who actually like has a lot more heart than any other variation of Johnny that I think I've come across. A very fun character actually. And then like the Thing, just being
a big guy,
just being like a guy from Cheers. Basically, he's just basically Norm from Cheers.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's George Wendt with rocks in his face. Yeah,
yeah, it's charming.
Yeah,
and I don't hate it. I don't hate it, which feels weird. Like I thought I was gonna hate it. I'm kind of tired of what's his face.
Oh, Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, like getting a little overexposed.
Sure.
He's really Michael Cera-ing himself. But he's still, like, with Eddington, still has the ability to knock him out the park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's had some hits this year, man, and some misses. You know, I mean, it's kind of a mixed bag. But he's doing the work. It's Walton Goggins' time. He's doing whatever he can.
Yeah, I absolutely... Walton Goggins.
Yes, sir.
I like to think of myself as your daddy.
I come back to one thing. We did Marvel movies together. Yeah. Five baggers each.
5 baggers.
So top 3 records, albums this year. It was a tough list to whittle down, but I think I got it. At number 3 hitting for me is the new Wet Leg Moisturizer. I think they've really come into their own as a band, far from just kind of a one-note joke, which was Chaise Long. Really digging into like, yeah, well, we like this one Queens of the Stone Age record, so let's make a couple of songs that sound like that, or digging into all their influences and make it a record that does sound super fucking good, and it hits, man. Because when I heard Pillow Talk as the big single from it, I was like, oh, all right, I see what's happening here. And to no surprise, the rest of Moisturizer followed. Just solid record, a lot of pretty guitar stuff happening, a lot of really, lyrically, they're still sharp as a tack. I've always felt that about them. And as sophomore records go, you could do worse. I've heard some sophomore records that definitely didn't hit as hard. Had a good time with Moisturizer. A bit of a surprise for me is I kept getting back into Midwest emo this year. A couple of bands really drew me in. Rodeo Boys was one, but the one that really stuck out was Saturdays at Your Place, the album called These Things Happen. Something about it really hits the spot. It's got a lot of alt folk stuff happening, but there's also the classic American football noodly guitar stuff. The lyrics are sharp. Just as an experience, as a record, it flows really well. It's about 40 or so minutes, and it's worth your time. It just succinct. It gets in, gets out, does the job. It hits like a truck when you hit those lyrics that are really deep. And I don't know, for me, Midwest Evo as a concept is having a bit of a renaissance, and I'm glad there's so many bands just kind of doing that, experimenting with that style. And Saturdays at Your Place, to me, are probably one of the better ones. One of the better newer ones. Of course, you've got American Football released finally their second album recently. But this, I think, because it's new, because it's fresh, it's a voice we hadn't heard, right? It's somebody that's not an established name. It just dropped on me. I was like, damn, all right, respect. And then, oddly enough, my number one, I never thought it was going to happen, but here it is. Middle Spoon by Cheekface. Got my number one slot this year. Sheerly by the dint of sharp lyricism. To me, that's a big one. You gotta bring the lyrics if you're gonna be somebody that I listen to, and then just the sound of the record is all over the place. There's a reggae song. There's a song with a rap verse in the middle of it. There's a couple of songs that sound like they could have been Lost Cake singles. There's a couple of things that sound... It's all over the place stylistically, but it's up there with like the best stuff that like They Might Be Giants have done, where it's like it's smart and it's catchy and there's some interesting stuff happening musically. Like it does all the bits and pieces, and it all came together. And for me, that's all it takes. I'm easy, as they say. You get a charming singer with it. You get somebody who is making good music, right? The music part, but then also as a decent writer, as someone who has kind of a sardonic, sarcastic sense of humor, and I'm halfway there. It's a good time. Listen to that Middle Spoon record. How about you, Brian? What do you got?
Ooh, it's tough. It's really tough.
There's a lot of good records.
I mean, definitely, I do love Middle Spoon by Cheekface. Moisturizer by Wet Leg. I can't say it really got me like it got you, but I don't hate it. You know, my favorite record, probably new Viagra Boys. Viagra Boys. Viagra Boy. But it's just real dirtbag shit.
Hell yeah.
It's got a fucking vibe.
You know we love that around here. Yeah.
It's weird. It's catchy. I thought that they wouldn't be able to follow up Cave World, their last record. But they did it. Like, they actually, I think, made a record that was just as good, if not better. Getting to see them touring behind this record earlier was kind of amazing. It's a fucking vibe. And when I listen to that music, I just want to use the self-checkout lane at the grocery store to, like, steal stuff.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
I'm checking out this steak as a pack of gum. You know? No, these are conventional onions. These are not organic.
That's right.
Fuck anyone who says otherwise.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just, it's fun, it's weird, it's surprisingly deep. What if the guys from the Hives just didn't, like, try?
I know.
What if they were just like, yeah, I'm good.
You're right.
I gotta walk over there?
Yeah.
I would say another record of mine that I really have enjoyed this year is the new They Are Gutting a Body of Water.
Oh, Lotto, yes.
That's just such an amazing vibe. So weird and lo-fi and full of spirit and some really heavy lyrics about, like, addiction and things of that nature. It feels like a record you shouldn't be able to hear on the internet. It feels like a record that, like, your weird ass is like your friend that worked the door at UCB in the mid 2000s. Yeah, while he was going to NYU, is like, yeah, one of the guys who, like, worked in the kitchen had this really fucking weird band. Right, with a bunch of guys that he, like, lived with, like, in Brooklyn. And yeah, it feels like something that should not be out for mass consumption because it's too precious.
It's almost impenetrable sometimes, but boy, there definitely are really high moments on that. Bert was the one who recommended that to me, and
to us.
Oh, that's right. And then immediately I went home and was like, "Oh, I get it. I see what he's doing."
Hey, recommended that and the new Agriculture record.
Oh yeah,
and the new Agriculture record I think is absolutely amazing. I don't know if it's a top 3. It's definitely a top 10er for me. Yeah, for sure. I'm not a big black metal guy, but I think they do so much that's inspired in that record that if you're not even, like, a heavy person, like, in the heavy music, it rewards you. Oh yeah, it rewards your patience with some really beautiful stuff, some very cool riffs and so on. But I'm gonna say for number 3 for this year. Ooh, that's so tough.
I know. And I whittled it down to 3 because I'm like, okay, 3 is manageable, but even 3 is like
3's tough.
Yeah.
I feel like if I go and
I say, look at what you're recently like.
I mean, I'm still fucking listening to the Jory Greep record and the latest Gouge Away and things like that. Like, I'm still cruising. I'm still hanging out with 2024. The new Anxious record is really good. The new Winona Fighter.
That you know what? Yes, I'm gonna go to bat for that one. I'm
gonna say the new Greet Death is fantastic. Die in Love is a great little record. You know what? I'm gonna say the Die Spits Something to Consume.
Okay.
It feels like I feel like I've made people mad at me that I may never meet in this lifetime because I said that they are like if the Pussycat Dolls were into Christian of Conformity. But at one point, does that sound like awful?
I was going to say, you say that like it's a bad thing.
It's heavy. It feels like every member of that band had some level of input. And it feels like a collage that has enough common thread to make sense and feel familiar, but also new and exciting. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do next. I'm glad I got to see them perform live this year. They're great. They're so fun. It's such a cool record. They're playing with so many great bands. When they're supporting, they're playing with great bands. when they're headlining a tour, they're bringing great bands on the road with them. It's just a real fucking folks. You love to see it for just like 4 young people from Austin. And
so who did they recently? Because I remember recently you talked about them.
they were with Babe Haven.
Oh,
And-
okay.
But yeah, fucking that Dice Spits Records, great. Fucking, are we going to concerts?
We are going to go live shows this year. I've got a few that stood out for me, mostly because either they're reunions or endings or something I haven't seen in a while. So kicking off for me earlier this year was the Soul Coughing. They have not been in St. Louis for
20 years.
20 I was going to say 20 or 20. I thought it was like 25, but regardless, they have not played St. Louis in quite some time. And I never got to see them when they did, so this was kind of a must-have for me, and it did not disappoint. Kicked off right away. No openers, no preamble. Whole band came out, original members. They played not just the hits, but some good deep cuts as well. I mean, pretty much the platonic ideal of a reunion show. We're not trying to plug a new album. We're not trying to do it. We're coming back and we're playing the songs We're playing some of the songs that, maybe weren't hits, but people like them. Did pretty much the platonic ideal Soul Coughing show. Some funny moments. Mike Doughty is a bit of a clown still. He's a bit of a goofball. And boy, just some real talent up on that stage. Just seeing Yavo Gabe just going nuts on the drum kit is always fun to watch. Boy, what a show.
Yeah, what an amazing show. I just had so much fun with that one. Yeah, Jesus.
You got some good shots, too. I remember those.
Thank you. That was...
I know, it was a struggle. One. Yeah, you were saying.
Just the lighting is tough, and the way he was moving on the stage is what it is. I didn't hate it, but the performance was amazing. Yes, right. I was definitely one of my favorite shows of the year.
They're tuned in to something, and they've got kind of the magic back, and whatever it was that went on between them, I'm glad that they were able to squash it for a while, because my understanding is they're coming back. So they're going to do another...
It sounds like they're getting back in the studio.
Yeah, so I'm very excited about that. I'm glad it could happen in my lifetime, because there's been a number of bands that just didn't. And then some that did, and you went, well, I guess I wish you hadn't, actually.
Yeah.
So they avoided a lot of the landmines that a kind of a reunion tour can bring you, which is nice. And it was just a good time at the concert hall. Boy, a real chill vibe that I haven't seen at a show in a while. This one's a little bit of recency bias also because I really adored the band when they were still around. Foxing's last show, you were gracious enough to have me with you, and I appreciate you because it was sold out, and it had sold out well in advance. They even added a second date because the first one had sold out. What a show. Very similar in the way that I think about like the Soul Coughing show, right? They played the hits, they played some deep cuts, they played pretty much everything they've ever written. But boy, that last moment, when they hit Nearer My God and the whole fucking crowd was like vibrating, there was just something special going on in that room.
It was, wow. Once I was done with my 3 songs in the pit and I was photographing in the room, I don't think I saw you again.
I mean, I would catch a glimpse and be like, oh, he's okay. All right, I'm just going to stay here.
It was a very long time, and I was a little bit under the weather. It's been a very long time since I have shot the full room like that, where I was going up on the balcony, looking at every angle, looking at every line that I had like through the staircases that lead down and stuff like that. Like I was using the whole entire part of the Buffalo. Like obviously that's my room, right? So I know a lot of the sweet spots.
I was gonna say, the angles. Yeah, you know how to hit the gritty.
But yes, I'm dabbing on them and. I make it look so easy. Teach them how to Dougie, yeah. But there's also some spots where it's like, well, certain stage layouts or certain bands with vocalists that move around a certain way, you can get a couple cool shots. It's really limited, but it's like, well, they're playing a fucking long set.
Right.
And this may be the last show they ever play. Mm-hmm. I'm going to just go fucking whole hog.
Yeah, get it.
And I really exhausted myself, but I made sure to get myself down by the soundboard for the encore because I thought it's their last thing. They're probably going to do like a curtain call, all that. And I want to get a really nice, beautiful, wide shot of like the 5 of them they come out and they play At Least You Found the Floor.
Mm-hmm.
And it was there that I'm standing by the soundboard and I'm looking at Connor. And I think he realizes, like, oh shit, this is really happening. It's just them. It's like this amber pale light. And it's just two people playing guitar and singing. And At Least You Found the Floor is such a motherfucker of a song.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a record full of motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know, Cold Blooded is such an insane song. You know, people talk about The Medic and Rory and all that. And I think those are fantastic songs, but I feel like things like At Least You Found the Floor and Cold Blooded are just real fucking sledgehammers.
Well, yeah, because there's that line about the metronome in my brain. There's line after line just hits, and then the repetition of that bit about, like, it can't get much worse than this.
Yeah,
it just And
then it changes to this isn't the floor or something along those lines, and it's gonna
get much worse than this. Yeah,
which feels like something I would have read.
Well, it feels very raw and real if you've had that experience, right? You've had that kind of moment.
It's really impressive in that respect, and really beautiful show. And I think it was such a beautiful crowd because it was surprisingly a lot of people not from St. Louis.
Yeah,
people fucking flew in.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Like, well, there was like people because I feel like we're getting a little breath minty here, but
well, that's what this whole episode is. It's
sure. But like, we're getting a little of the weeds. But yeah, I wholeheartedly agree that it was a fantastic show and it deserves to be in anyone's top 3
for sure. And then my personal number 1 is Weird Al and Puddle's Pity Party. This is one of those rare ones that I brought the kids to. I brought my kids to 2 shows this year. The first was Smoking Popes. They were bored out of their minds despite Camp Trash and Rodeo Boys playing and killing it. They did not care. But then I said, you know what? I'm getting my wife a birthday present, and that birthday present was going to see Weird Al. Didn't really care for the music park itself, but it was a very singular experience. Weird Al has put on a dynamite show ever since the first time I saw him, which was early 90s at Six Flags. So every time I've seen him, it's always been a hoot. But this time, you know, he's bringing with him an additional 20 plus years of baggage, 30 really. And, you know, he's in his 60s. He's trying his damnedest. Every once in a while, he wouldn't hit a note. But, man, for the most part, the show itself was a ball. There were so many great songs. Played a lot of the originals, which I always like. My personal favorite song of his that he ever wrote was One More Minute, which is intended as kind of an Elvis goof. And he did it so damn well. This big cape that he was wearing, he's going out into the audience and, like, you know, being sweet to the ladies, and he had Clownvis and Puddle's Pity Party there, so, like, you've got this kind of clown thing, and I don't know, the whole package was kind of neat. And they even did, and this was my favorite thing, the guitar player Jim Schwartz, Jim Bermuda Schwartz, Al just goes to him, so what do you feel like playing tonight? And so he starts playing a George Harrison riff. He starts playing, not Oh Sweet Lord. What is the fucking song? God damn it. Hold on. But they start playing a George Harrison song, and completely straight-faced. It's not a joke. It's not a riff. It's not a goof. And it just was a beautiful moment.
What Is Life?
Yeah, it had to have been What Is Life then. Yeah.
Because it was between Now You Know and It's My World?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Now You Know, the end title theme for the Weird Al Yankovic movie. So he played out of context the ending theme to the movie that came out the year before with Daniel Radcliffe, which was an original song that he wrote. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just what a moment. And just to see him doing the fake Devo get up and doing Slime Creatures from Outer Space. The costume changes were a whole thing. He had the fat suit for when he did Fat. Like, anything you could possibly think of in his career, he came out and did it. He did fucking Amish Paradise, and a career full of interesting stuff. and he did it all. He left it all out there. Very clearly sweaty and very clearly tired. Very like he's in his 60s. He's doing it. He's still doing it. He's still leaving it all out there. And to me, it's like, damn, son. All right, you got nothing but respect, man. You've been doing this for so long, and here you are, still doing it and still doing it well. That's something special to me. How about you, big dog? I know Foxing's probably up there for you, but
yeah, I mean it's tough.
I know
someone
it is.
that photographed.
I would say you go to a lot more shows than I do.
Someone that photographed at least 80 shows this year.
Jesus,
probably closer to 100, if truth be told. It's tough. Remy Wolf was amazing. High Viz. I mean, I could sit here all day.
right?
You know, just so many great sets, so many great performances, so many amazing bands I've had the pleasure of seeing and photographing this year. Viagra Boys, amazing. That was such a great show. It's really hard to say. I think the ones that like really stuck with me, maybe not getting any points for originality here, but like getting to see Mannequin Pussy again, touring behind I Got Heaven, Canopy Club in Champaign.
Nothing wrong with that. Mannequin Pussy rule.
That was such a fucking fun show. So great.
And you got to get out of town to do it, so that was nice.
Yeah, and Canopy Club was such a neat little room, such a great crowd. And it's a little bit of a bummer that I probably won't get to see Mannequin Pussy next year because they're on the fucking Foo Fighters. Don't email my wife tour.
Oh man, the color and the shape of my wife. Yeah.
Yes, that's my kid, but we don't have to talk about it. Anyways, AIDS isn't real.
Yeah.
Hey, AIDS isn't real, just like that kid ain't.
Yeah.
Listen, Dave Grohl. That's a life. You can say AIDS isn't real, but that child is yours.
That is yours. He's talking about child support, and he's going, "I don't owe you anything." All right, sorry.
It is so fucking hard. Ghost.
Yeah.
I think Ghost really.
I was gonna say,
a band I think is kind of really hit peak saturation. I think they're getting to the point where they might be gilding the lily.
However,
However, they at least have one tour left in them, and they're on it right now. What a fantastic performance. So much fucking fun. What great musicianship. Really felt like a celebration of live music.
Yeah, and their catalog is what you're saying.
And their catalog. It just and they also only played like 2 songs I fucking hate. And those songs were being played when I was having to like go to a security office and drop off my fucking cell phone after I took my photos. Like, you can't trust me with my cell phone? Anyways.
Those gripes aside, the show was good.
Not that like... I think for me it was more annoying that like I need something to take notes with.
Right.
And I forgot to bring notepad. Who knows, even security would let me bring
I was going to say, they probably would have taken that too.
Yeah. Oh, can't bring in my mace. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
how am I expected to protect myself?
I think that was just an amazing performance, and I've never have not seen Ghost live and not enjoyed the fuck out of it. I've seen them probably 5 or 6 times now, and I've enjoyed it every time. Seeing them go from a like Lollapalooza second stage or second tier stage Curiosity, midday Curiosity, to them becoming like arguably the biggest rock band in the world. Yeah,
I was gonna say midday. Everyone's got the grease paint sweating off because it wasn't chilly that week.
No, it was like I think the only time it rained.
Oh yeah,
at least during the festival, it had rained the night before.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was something else, and so Ghost was really fucking amazing, and yeah, it's really hard to just thinking about all the
seeing
show
so many
programs.
shows that you see and just the experiences you get to have. Narrowing it down is the hard part. I understand that.
Yeah.
For sure. No one's going to begrudge you going over 3. 3 is an arbitrary number that I came up with.
But I mean, it keeps it succinct. wow. I mean, AJJ in Louisville was super cool with Chasing.
I got into that record a lot too after
Chasing records fucking great. It feels like the shows that I really enjoyed the most are ones that weren't in my rooms, just because, or at least like stand out, because as much as I love the spaces I work in consistently, it becomes normalized.
Sure.
But going to, Louisville, going to Champaign, going anywhere else other than St. Louis to see a show feels really special. So I'm really honestly going to have to say, like, the round out my top 3, I'm going to say Dice Spitz with Babe Haven.
Okay.
At the Bottleneck in in Lawrence, Kansas, early November this year. It was the same week as Viagra Boys, which was interesting. It just felt like Viagra Boys with Black Lips, and then you're seeing, you're seeing a band that the different levels, they're established now. Mm-hmm. They get fucking Adidas shoes and shit. And Black Lips has been around, so you're seeing like this two different eras of like this sort of rowdy outsider music. Mm-hmm. And then you see like Babe Haven from North Carolina, who are really fun and rowdy and weird and can fucking play. And then you get fucking Dice Spitz, who I don't know if it's because of they're 4 people that are not cisgendered white dudes acting like that makes it so much fun. But it feels like so spontaneous and sincere and energetic to experience their shows. I guess because like if it were like 4 straight white dudes in fucking button-up plaid shirts, it'd feel like maybe a bit shitty or excessive or like a insincere.
Sure.
But watching Dice Spitz the energy's so amazing. The crowd was so much fun. It was my girlfriend's first like proper mosh pit.
Hell yeah.
And I think she got annoyed like most people do in their first proper mosh pit. But like, but you were up front and you got to have a really good time. So what if you got bumped into a couple of times? Like, I always like to bring up like the Gel show where like, a fucking girl's kneecap got dislocated. But yeah, Dice Spitz was just so much fucking fun. I really cannot stress that you need to go see them, dear listeners. You need to go see them live before they get too big and they can't do shows like that anymore.
That's true, man. Our last category is TV shows. Yes, I have a few that are just real stingers. A couple that got renewed. One that's kind of a one-shot. The one-shot is, of course, Adolescence. It's a 4-part Netflix series. 4-hour-long episodes, and it is brutal. It's an emotional experience. It's something that I don't think I've seen TV do in a long while, which is just to take one story and show you all the gory details. And boy, it's something else. A 13-year-old kid is accused of murdering a classmate. And we enter the show when he's being arrested, and we end the show a year later. And it hits some real cultural touchstone moments, because it's kind of about toxic masculinity. It's also kind of about young men, and it does a lot of stuff, and it does it very effectively, and it does it in a way that I don't think I've seen done in a show like it. It is very British, so it is about the British justice system. So that was novel to me. Like I don't know very much about how they do things over across the pond, so that was interesting. And the cast was a bunch of relative unknowns, which also helped sell the illusion that this might have just been a real thing that happened. And boy, the kid who plays the young boy is chilling, very chilling. Probably some of the best under 13 acting I've seen, bar none. Like, he hit some moments where I'm like, damn, I didn't think kids could act like this. So it really does a number on it. Number 2 for me is Common Side Effects. Adult animation is having a bit of a renaissance now, and I think Common Side Effects is probably one of the ones that I would point to if someone's like, where would I start? Something like that. That, Scavenger's Reign, something like that. But boy, Common Side Effects, it's funny, but it's also got an interesting paranoid X-Files-y type of plot. There's so much that's quiet moments that are done really well. I think there's a lot of stuff where in animation it's really hard to capture a character sometimes, and I think this show does it really well. And I think there's also, there's action moments where there's a chase or whatever, and that's also done very well. So it kind of has this Western / anime hybrid style happening. The character designs are something I haven't seen in a while, and of course you've got a great voice cast. Mike Judge is in it.
Yeah, and gives a pretty mellow but still pretty impactful performance.
Yeah, his character towards the end goes from being kind of a one-note joke into like being an actual character, and that really impressed me. I was like, oh, okay, all right, we're doing this now. Okay, I'm into it. I really think as far as adult animation goes, I'm so glad it got renewed. I'm very excited to see where they go with it. But just the story it tells and the way it tells it, to me, this is what you want out of a show. It keeps you gripped in. Just like Common Side Effects, my number one is The Chair Company. I was initially like, oh yeah, whatever. It's another Tim Robinson show. It's going to be fine. And then it went places I wasn't expecting it to. A dramatic version of, I guess, an extended I Think You Should Leave sketch, but also it is its own thing. And it's very much like my film choices, Begonia and Eddington. It's very much about this kind of what's happening with people. Their brains are having problems. Well, here is a guy who one thing happens to him and it fucks up his entire world. He has this entire journey that he goes on, all because he's embarrassed one time, and it throws his entire world into chaos, and it changes his relationship with his children and his wife, and he starts to he may be, based on the events of the series, he might not have a job by the time the second season rolls around, all because of one thing, and it drives him mad, and he can't let it go. So it's an interesting character study. Tim Robinson is both funny and capable of incredible pathos. It hits every note that you could think of when you're talking about something that's kind of a mix of comedy and horror. There's a whole moment where he's chasing down this chair company who he believes is responsible because the chair broke on him when he sat on it and it embarrassed him. But then it becomes this sprawling nightmare because this guy that he's hired to help him find the chair company guys has in his cadre a group of these weird characters, and it collapses under its own weight at a certain point, but then it eventually comes back. It's something else. It's unlike anything I've seen in a while. It's right up there with, if you think about how bizarre shows can get when they start with a simple premise and then collapse, I'm thinking about The Curse, Nathan Fielder, or something like that, where, yep, here's a simple idea, and we're going to explode that and see where it goes, and it definitely goes. So those are my three. Brian, how about yourself? You were a television watcher this year. You got some things going on.
Not as active as you, but I really enjoyed Severance Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's as good as Season 1. I think when it starts becoming more about like this company is bad rather than all companies are bad.
Yeah.
I think it loses, I think, some of its punch. Mm-hmm. But you still have some really great performances, some great characters. Obviously, a very well celebrated cast.
Oh, I love the guy who plays Mr. Milchick. He has that moment where he tells the guy to eat shit. It's brilliant. Yeah.
It's still, despite my criticisms, which I don't think are unique,
and they're not unwarranted either, I think, is the other thing.
Yeah. Still amazing production, still very thoughtful. While I think the kind of like analysis of late capitalism and corporatism, moving away from that and getting into more like the characters and their backstories is still incredibly rewarding, because even though you're pulling away from that thesis and going into more of these character studies, it's worthwhile. Like, and learning more about the company and realizing like maybe it isn't a company as much as like this weird cult.
I was going to say, yeah, because it's the cult of Kier. Yeah, there were hints of that in the early moments of the first season, but boy, it really hammers that home this time. I do like the expanded characterization of Gemma. I think she's a star.
It really goes some the fucking episode that's all about the fucking company town and the ether.
Ooh, yeah. Patricia Arquette gets to really spread her wings in that one.
It finds ways to be dark and drab and soul crushing that I didn't think something produced by Ben Stiller could achieve.
Yeah, that was a big surprise to me too. Yeah, I always thought he was more kind of a goofball, but apparently he's got levels.
Really enjoyed Severance season 2, but as far as like TV, I don't know if I really like. Fuck, there's no new season of Interview with a Vampire. I feel like next year I'd have a little bit more to talk about per my interests.
Peacemaker season 2.
I don't know if I love it.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. Like, I don't think like I wasted my time with it, but it felt like doing like Planet X was fine, and I think that part's cool. It just felt more like it was moving away from Peacemaker that we saw in the Suicide Squad.
Thank you.
And the first season to being kind of more like it felt oddly enough like generic. Like it really felt like Guardians of the Galaxy or something, but on Earth. And that's fine. I don't hate it. It still does some cool stuff, and I think it's clever and it's well written enough. Felt like it rushed to get to the end so it could be like, oh, well, look at what we're going to do next. Isn't this crazy? And it's like,
isn't that weird? Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? You put the dick in the ass and or the dick in the ass and the balls in the pussy. What?
What?
Can you do that? Can you even do that?
What?
Per the limited amount of television I've watched this year, I kind of think by default it gets in there.
Sure.
Watch the first half of Stranger Things season 5. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
It's a little strange that like everyone in that fucking show that was like a child when it started can now like rent a car.
I have children. That's my like. Okay, Millie Bobby Brown, who plays 11, she had a kid, and that's half the reason why
in wedlock.
Well, okay, that's not my business.
But this is a show like no, like there was a marriage, like so like doing the whole adulting ass thing. Like anyone can have a kid.
Right.
Like I could go have a kid.
Sure.
But to get married first, that's tough.
Yeah. Well, and
that I don't like me.
Well, my point was that she had a kid, and then like, okay, we're gonna have you come back and do all these scenes where you're like running around, and so they had her in this outfit that was like very clearly meant to like hide the fact that she's still recovering from having a kid.
Yeah,
to me that was funny.
At least
couldn't
that
really
outfit
explain
works,
it.
though.
No, the outfit works because it's very of the time period, etc. I get that, but
I, you know what? It's the last fucking season. At this, like everyone's fucking old.
Right.
It just feels
what
really.
Are you gonna do?
When it works, it works. But there are moments where like you get a good look at people and like you're supposed to be like playing like a 12-year-old. You're supposed to be playing like the bratty little sister.
Yeah.
And like
you can clearly drive a car. Like there's.
You can vote.
The kid they brought in for this season, dipshit Derek.
Who becomes Delightful Derek.
No, Delightful Derek. He's great.
Oh, he's such a...
I love to see a fat kid winning. To me, that's...
Yeah, and the fact that he goes from like a fucking dipshit to like an actual like functional character.
Like, okay.
And I think also what works is that character could have been like a very... like Josh Whedon ass fucking like contrary. Oh, I'm not going to do this or I'm going to fuck it up. And like, no, like the fucking kid's like, oh shit.
Yeah. He locks the fuck in. Yeah.
It's like, oh, I like this. This is fun. And like this.
Derek definitely brings it. I really like what they did with Holly Wheeler. That was cool. Having her be her own character, bringing in all the Wrinkle in Time references, that was kind of neat to me too. It's going so far. Next week, I guess we'll find out whether it was all worth it.
Yeah.
Duffer Bros have definitely
Painting themselves in some weird corners.
Yeah, but I feel like with what they've done so far, they might be able to work it out. I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
I don't like the Vecna shit, and I feel like the upside down, where the fuck they call it. The more they explore it, the less interesting it becomes. But Linda Hamilton's great.
Love to see her. Yeah, they got an eye for those character actors, which is great.
A lot of fun.
Oh, even Brett Gelman as Murray still hits.
Fucking Zionist.
I'm not gonna let that color my enjoyment of the show. That's a whole other thing.
Oh, I've got like so many improvised explosives in here. I feel like I'm part of the PLO.
Oh, they're going through tunnels to avoid the military? Interesting. Interesting.
I notice how none of these go to a hospital.
Oh. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna have to stop here.
But the stuff, some of the stuff with the Demogorgons is interesting.
All right. Well, that about does it for our best of 2025. Brian, thank you so much for enduring this with me.
Oh, thank you for all of the likes and thes and the dead language you're going to have to edit out because I'm just unseasoned at this moment.
It's all right, man. At this time, we typically tell people where to find us online, but first, I want to give a shout out to Vivek Dangdekar, who became a $5 member of our Patreon, patreon.com/48minutesdogs. Thank you so much, Vivek. We welcome you to the show.
I also love Elder Scrolls.
Oh, amen. This is about the time of the show where we tell people where to find us online. Brian, do that thing, baby.
Oh, jeez. If you want to find me online, you can find me at iShotGuidBord, ISHOTGUIDBORD on Instagram and Blue Sky. You can find me on Instagram at A Music Photographer. And you can check out my portfolio of photos of people with their mouths open over at assholemusicphotographer.com. Also working on bringing back A Music Photographer as a Substack, like a fucking hack.
Ooh, I like it.
Thanks. It's kind of like, you know what, everyone else is, I'm getting that second circumcision.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever. You can take off a little bit more.
Just a little off the top.
You can take a little bit more off. It's okay. Listen, no one's using it. Anyways, I'm bringing it back as a Substack. More big things coming.
Hell yeah. Local band style, yeah.
Yeah, local band style. And you can always check out the Arts STL, the last and only good media website in St. Louis.
Hell yeah.
By the time this goes live, some of the best of articles are going to start popping up. Of course. There's some very talented people over there. God bless Jason Green and all those lovely folks. Jason, what you got?
Oh, boy. Well, you can find me a number of places. Most frequently, I'm going to be posting on Blue Sky. That is at Videocrime, VIDEOCRIME. I'm also on Letterboxd, telling you about what movies I watched and what not. That's also the Video Crime. Chances are, if there's a Video Crime, it's going to be me. And I'm also on Instagram as Laser Goose CEO. That's laser with an S because I know how to spell it. You can also find me as part of a podcast that's not this one. It's called Submitted for the Approval of the Midnight Pals. We're hoping and praying that the musical episode is out by the end of the year. That's midnight-pals.simplecast.com or anywhere podcasts are sold. It's searching up just Midnight Pals. You can also get in contact with the show a number of ways. My personal favorite is, of course, the telephone, 314-246-9766. That's 314-AHOY-POO, if you like to spell with your telephone. Call us, leave a voicemail, shoot us a text. We're here for you. You can also send us an email, jason@8minutesofdogsbarking.com or Brian with a Y @8minutesofdogsbarking.com. We are also here for you there. If you choose to send us things, well, I can't stop you.
Send us pills.
You're going to specify what kind, or are we just going to wing it?
Ones at work.
Okay. Fair enough. You can support the show, patreon.com/48 minutes of dogs. There we do our weekly post-show hangout called Thanks I Hate It, which is normally where we talk about this stuff in a thing called the Breathmint. And we also talk about pretty much damn near anything else we can think of. We also have the Mind Zone, the occasional tone poem freakout, where we just say whatever in front of some weird music, and the punishment tier. If you get in at the punishment tier now, I believe I have locked it in. I cannot confirm it yet because it's still in the works, but before the end of the year, we'll record that and have it to your ears shortly after the New Year break. Stay tuned. That's patreon.com/48 minutes dogs. Well, as we always say at this time, namaste. Good luck. 25th Amendment now. Who ate all the pussy? And yes, eat the
Knife.